Hi, I'm Susan Adams with Quilted Hearts, and this is Urban Cabin Quilt-a-Long Block 2. So we'll just get right on it. Here's Block 2. I'm going to do Block 2A, and then I'll show you Block 2B, what it's supposed to look like. Let me get the Block 2B out. Let's see, yeah, this is Block 2B. Okay, so Block 2A will be similar. It'll just have the different colors. So first you're going to start with the 2.5 inch square, and we're going to sew this 1 inch piece of light coral down the side of it, and we're going to stop. You can stop wherever you want, just as long as you can start, you can end on this aisle and you have enough room right here to end, okay? So then I'm gonna iron to the dark. All right, so now it looks like this. And then next, I'm going to lay this 1 inch coral piece across the top, and I'm going to sew it across the top. And we'll iron that towards the dark. Now I'm not a pinner, but if you guys want to pin, go ahead. I never have pinned. I only pin when I'm having a really hard time getting something to line up. Or going around curves, for sure you have to pin that. Okay, now I'm going to sew this. And you can sew from the top or the bottom. Like if I have, my top is a slightly longer, I'll flip it over so that it will ease into it. You want the shorter on your top so that your machine will ease that in easily. Because when we're sewing, things don't always line up exactly depending on your seam allowance and this and that, but you can ease them in to get them to match up. See, now this one, I'm a little bit short on the top one, so I'm going to put this short one on top, and then by the end it'll push it towards the bottom. Now hold that little tail out of the way, and there we go. Now be sure and get all your blocks posted so you can be in for the drawing. For the prizes. I haven't quite decided which prize I will give. each time. So it's going to always be kind of a surprise. Maybe I'll tell you ahead. Okay, so we got the first row on, and then next we're going to go to the second row, or I guess you'd call this the third since the middle is first. And I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to start on the right, and I'm going to sew down and end at least a ½ inch away. I like to leave about a ½ inch because your seam allowance is a 1/4 of an inch, and I like a little bit of working room. Okay, and then I'm going to iron this to the dark. And put the next one across the top. And this just goes around and around the same thing every row around. You do the same thing until you get the block done. And if you're not sure you're getting it at the right measurement, you can check it every now and then to make sure you're getting it right. I have a hard time talking and doing, so I sometimes stop talking when I'm sewing so that I don't screw anything up. Yeah, I'm off a little bit, so get it lined right up. And now I'm going to sew from my first down on the first strip down so that we have it like that. Iron that. Press this. I call it ironing, but it's pressing. Okay, and so we've completed the third row. Okay. And now I'm just going to show you how I check it to make sure that I'm staying in the right amount. It should measure 5.5, and it does. And I'm using my my big mat rotary cutting surface to do this. I met these gals at a show selling these mats, and they're really cool because you can rub them with your acrylic and it takes all your cuts out of it, so you never have those big deep cuts in it. It's pretty cool. It's called the Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface, and that's .com, and they will ship them out to you, and they're not very expensive either. I think the shipping might be more expensive than the mat, but I'm not sure because I got mine at the show, at a quilt show. I think it was in Sacramento, in Roseville, California. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? And that's why I like to iron as I go. I forgot to iron as I go. So, and that made it so I didn't go towards the dark. The reason why I always press towards the dark is, some people press open and some people don't care. But if you're ever gonna put your quilt in to be judged, that's something they judge on, is if they see those seams or any threads through your lighter fabrics, they'll dock you for that. So you don't want to have anything like that happen to you. Okay, so now I'm that far, and I'm going to put one more row on. And if you know how to do all this, you don't even need to watch this video. It's just, this is just for in case people aren't sure if they're doing this correctly. Okay. All right, so there I go. I'm gonna press again. Then I'm going to put this last strip on, and then move this tail out of the way, put this down here. Press these to the dark. And here we have the fourth step done. Okay. Now we'll do the fifth. And then we will have one more row and it'll be done. It's just so fast and easy to do these blocks, especially the first like 4. They go by so fast. I forgot to measure it, but I've done this enough that I know that they're pretty much going to be the right size. So I don't usually measure every round. But if you're not sure, because you really want them to end up being 12.5 or close to 12.5, so that when you start putting the quilt together, that it will, that all the blocks will fit in with the sashing. And you don't have to put the sashing in. I did the sashing because it really makes the blocks pop. If you don't put the sashing on, sometimes your blocks just kind of blend into each other and you don't get to see the real how really nice each block looks. I've loved seeing all your different colors that you guys are getting. I am so excited to see, because I have wanted to make this in different colors and I haven't tried it yet. So I really am excited to see all the color variations that everybody's getting, all the fabric everybody's getting. And if you want to still join, you still can. I know one of my friends from Guild just joined, boy, I think it was about a week ago, and she's already completed her 2 blocks, and she's even making 3. She's going to do 3 so that she can make a bigger quilt. And you're sure welcome to do that too. It's a really good, easy quilt to make bigger. And when you change the color, it looks like a whole different block. It's very cool. See, I got a little bit too close there, and so I caught the seam funny. So I'm just gonna undo that a little bit. My overlap caught the fabric, and I'm gonna just go over it, make sure that it there. Okay, here goes for the last round, and then we're done with the block. So that's easy peasy. Too close again. There, I'll put it back. All right, iron to the dark. Or press to the dark. Oh gosh, there I did it again. I pressed this the wrong way, so now I gotta press this back out. On the black, I pressed it the wrong way. Let's go this way and make sure it's how good. Okay. My seam flipped, so I'm gonna Maybe I should put my put the seams on the upper side, so, and you could do that too, so I can watch so they won't get turned. Almost on the last round. Okay, last one to put on, and then we're done with the second block. And you guys will just have to do your next block. I did mine ahead just so I'd be prepared to show you what it looked like. And before I press, I'm just going to go ahead and put this tail, sew the tail back down, the last stitch on the tail. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to press it, and it should be 12.5 inches square. Okay. So there you got it. There's your square. I've got a little piece of, and I'm going to put it on here. Make sure it's 12.5. Yep, 12.5. Both ways. Good job. Okay, here we go. That's block number 2. And here's the second one. All done and ready to go. All right. Tune in 2 weeks for block 3. Okay? Bye. Email me if you have any trouble at quiltedhearts.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.